Good afternoon. This is Richard F. Weiner. I have a law practice in Rockland in California. I can be reached quite easily. Give me a phone call, 916-789-9951. And I'm available anytime, basically, regular business hours. And I do leave my cell phone information on my answering machine. And if it isn't too late and it's important, give me a buzz. I'd like to go through some of these topics here that you may find on my website, assuming that you're looking at my website. First is recovery of money. Well, of course, debt can arise a number of ways. You may loan money to a friend of yours. You can become responsible to pay on a mortgage on your house. You may have a claim for damages, which is not disputed, and you may be having trouble collecting, which is often a big deal. Anyway, recovering money, if you have to go to court, well, first of all, do you have to go to court? There are many agreements out there, especially, say, with real estate contracts, where if there's any dispute or anything like that arises, you have to go to arbitration, and even before that, mediation. Arbitration under a contract, if it's written in, is considered a private arbitration, and generally speaking, there is no appeal. So you want to stay clear of those as much as possible. Very often, if you go actually to a doctor, a new doctor, you may be surprised if you read the paperwork where it says you're waiving your right to trial for any malpractice, and that instead you would have to go to arbitration. In arbitration, you get an award, and the award is filed with the court, and it's enforced like a court judgment would be collected. But by going by suit, because you haven't entered into any of these agreements, shall we say, filing a suit, not too difficult, but you should always use an attorney, whether myself or somebody else. I've been handling recovery of claims, monetary damages for many, many years, going back, 35 years. And cases tend to differ. I mean, there's many, many cases dealing with lots of different things. Now, we're talking about a mortgage. If you loan money to somebody and you take back a deed of trust, you've got a security, and you can enforce that security. And of course, it could be the other way around. You could borrow money from the bank, same kind of thing. Your house has a lien on it as a result. And if payment isn't made, the property can be foreclosed on by out-of-court proceedings, by private sale. So in the state of California, that's private sale. You could also do it by judicial sale, but that's very rare. Mostly you're talking about a trustee sale. And you can't have a sale until there's 90 days notice given ahead of time to reinstate. And then there's a couple of weeks after that. There has to be at least, 15-day notice before the sale of the house, which cannot be given until the 90 days has expired. And on a trustee sale, the lender can bid on the property, doesn't have to, and the property may go to a third party. And if there's any money left, and that's after paying not only a particular secured mortgage, but also any junior mortgage. If there's anything left after that, the debtor will get that money. That is collecting on a security on real estate. On personal property, they can also be security. You may have bought your furniture and signed a security agreement along with a promise to pay. And if you don't pay, your furniture can be taken with a lien like that, because there's a lien to begin with. A lien is basically created by a document that gives a security interest. And when you buy furniture, that, can happen. If it's unsecured, then no. the unsecured creditor gets a monetary judgment and then can execute against any assets you might have, except to the extent exempted. And interestingly enough, a lot of your personal furniture and furnishings are exempt. So if you owe money to anybody and it's not secured by furniture or anything like that, they really can't take the furniture because most of it would be exempt. Let's see what other types of claims. What I'm talking about mostly at this point is claims that you really can't dispute. I mean, if a suit is filed against you for X number of dollars and you actually owe the money, there's nothing really to dispute, or vice versa. Somebody owes you the money. There may not be any cause you have to dispute, which is interesting because if a lawsuit's filed, most of the time the respondents deny everything. And in a sense, that's not the correct way to do it because basically you owe the money. So anyway, this sort of covers, well, you can also have sale of goods, selling goods between two parties in the business, wholesaler to retailer, manufacturer to wholesale, etc., etc. The law dealing with goods, different than real property or consumer property, comes under what's called the Uniform Commercial Code, and it has its own rules of contract, basically, which are a little bit too intricate to get into at this point. But nonetheless, if you have any questions, or somebody owes you money, or you're having a real estate deal problem maybe, although that might end up as a disputed debt, and I'll discuss that a little later. Anyway, I'll sign off now, and feel free to look at the other videos. I hope this is of some help to you. Remember, I'm in Rockland, but I deal with cases in all around the Sacramento area, all the way out to Lake Tahoe. And I gave you my phone number. It's right at the beginning of this tape. You can also email me at rfw147@gmail.com. That's rfw147@gmail.com. Thank you.